Nestled amidst the snowy peaks of the distant Himalayas was a very prosperous kingdom called Kanchanpuri. Its greenery and tranquility were famous far and wide. The king of this realm, Vikramjit Singh, was renowned for his sense of justice. His greatest joy was his only daughter, Princess Ananya. Ananya had a strange sparkle in her eyes that would draw anyone toward her. But Ananya was not like ordinary princesses. Nature had bestowed upon her a gift that no one else in the world possessed. Whenever tears fell from Ananya's eyes, they would turn into shining pearls of pure gold the moment they touched the ground. The king cherished his daughter deeply, ensuring her eyes never became misty with sadness. Time passed, and once a severe famine struck Kanchanpuri. The state treasury began to empty, and the subjects started starving to death. Out of desperation, the king for the first time reminded Ananya of her sorrows so she would cry and help the kingdom. Ananya shed her tears for the sake of her father and the people, and the kingdom became wealthy once again. However, this is where the king's destiny took a turn. The same gold that fed the people ended up blinding the king with its brilliance. The king now began to love the pearls falling from Ananya's eyes more than her smile. The king's mind was no longer on serving his people, but on filling his vaults. Gradually, the king removed everything from Ananya's life that brought her happiness. High walls were erected around the palace gardens, where Ananya used to play with the birds. Her most beloved friends were banished from the palace. The king himself would now go to Ananya and tell her old, painful stories, scaring and mentally torturing her just so she would cry every day. Ananya, who used to be so cheerful, had now become like a living corpse. She was trapped in a golden cage where her value was determined only by her pain. The old loyal servants of the palace tried to reason with the king, but he was obsessed with becoming as wealthy as Kubera. The palace vaults were filled with gold, but the life inside Ananya was becoming empty. King Vikramjit was no longer a king. He had become a merchant. One day, when the king came to Ananya's room with yet another tragic story, Ananya closed her eyes. Not a single drop fell from her eyes that day. The king grew frustrated. Ananya, why aren't you crying? Look, we need to expand the kingdom's borders. We need more gold. Ananya said in a low voice, Father, tears only fall when there is still feeling left in the heart. You have turned my heart to stone. Now how can water flow from a rock? That same night, the old loyal servant who had raised Ananya from childhood quietly opened her room door. He said, Princess, this is not gold. It is the blood of your soul. Run away from here, or this palace will become your grave. Ananya slipped out of the palace under the cover of the dark night. She climbed over the high walls and headed far away toward the dense forests. When the king found out in the morning, he set out to find her in a state of panic. He was terrified that his gold mine might have been lost forever. King Vikramjit Singh began searching for Ananya in the woods like a madman. But he found no princess there, only scattered golden pearls. As he moved forward, the pearls kept sinking into the mud, and their luster began to fade. The king tried to grab the pearls, but the moment he touched them, they turned into ordinary drops of water and vanished. Nature had reclaimed its boon because greed had strangled all human emotion. Ananya was now far beyond the borders of Kanchanpuri. She reached a place where no one knew her as a princess. The peaceful environment and freedom there began to heal her wounds. She smiled again now, but there was a profound silence hidden behind that smile. The massive gold reserve of Kanchanpuri gradually turned into dust, and the king was left all alone in his own empty vaults.